Hello friends, welcome to my new Bootstrap 3 tutorial series video. Friends, in our previous tutorial, we saw the different styles of buttons available in Bootstrap. So if I go to the text editor, you can see that there are different styles of button having these classes as default, primary, info, success, warning, danger, link. So if I show it on the browser, it looks something like this. This is a default button, primary button, info, success, warning, danger, and a normal link button. So this we saw in our previous tutorial. So in this tutorial, we'll see how we can resize the button and also a few other properties. So let's go to our Sublime Text and see how we can do that. In order to demonstrate the different sizes of button, I will create one more well. So div, and we'll give it a class as well. So first of all, let's see how a large button looks. So I will do button, give it a type as button and a class as button primary. And in order to make this as a large button, there is one class provided by Bootstrap which is button dash lg, which signifies the large button. So I will just give the name as large button. And if I save and see in the browser, it will look something like this. So this is what we see it as a large button. So moving ahead, I will just copy it and now I will create a medium button. So in order to create a medium button, there is a class in Bootstrap by btn-md. So I will give medium button. I will save it, and as soon as open, you can see that the size of the button has been reduced from the large button. So this is the medium button, and if you also see that this size and this size are exactly the same. So if you don't provide anything like this, so the normal button and a medium button are the same size. Moving ahead, let's copy it, and so there is one more size which is SM, which signifies a small button. So it is basically a small button. If I show on browser, it looks something like a small button. And one last, there is extra small button. So the class is something XS, which is extra small button. If I save it, you can see the button is reduced more. So these are the available sizes in the Bootstrap. So so moving ahead, now we will see something called as block level buttons. So what block level buttons are? So a block level buttons are the buttons which say spans to entire width of the parent element. So here if you see, if the parent is a well, then if I create a block level button, so it will cover the entire width of this parent element, which is the well. So I will just show it how it looks. Div, provided a class well, and in this I will create a say a block level. So I've just copy paste. So the class used for this block level button is something called as btn dash block. So this makes the button as block level button. So I will just change the name as block level button. I save it, and if I show it on a browser, you can see that this button is a block level button which has covered the entire width of this well. So moving at in Bootstrap, there is also something called as active and disabled buttons. So first I will demonstrate the active buttons. So what active buttons are? So I will just copy the div and I paste it here. So instead of block level, so if I provide a class as active to it, so I'll give the name as active button. So I save it, and if I go to browser, you can see that the active button So what difference is actually from the normal button is like when you provide an active class to a button, it makes it appear as a pressed button. So if you can see, the color of this button and this button is quite different. So this makes this button as a pressed button. So moving ahead, now I will create a disabled button. I'll just copy and paste. So instead of active, I will give it as a class as disabled and give it a name as disabled. When I save it, go to browser, you can see that button is appeared as unclickable. So whenever I hover over it, you will see that I cannot do anything, so it's an unclickable button. So this is one more feature provided by Bootstrap to the buttons. So one last thing remains is that whatever we saw the code here, it's applied to our button. So this all above code can also be applied to an anchor tag. So if I show you something like, say, I create a div, so here instead of using this button, I can also use an anchor tag, which is a href. So I just need to provide the same class which I provided to this button. Suppose I take a class of success button and I put it over here. So we'll also give it a role as button, so which signifies that it's a normal button, not a link. So we'll do something like, say, a link button. If I save it and go on my browser, you can see that making it as a normal link, it appear as a button. So friends, this was all about buttons in Bootstrap. So hope you like this video. So please like, comment, subscribe my channel. Have a good day.